Since Diddy's trial began, a flood of shocking videos has surfaced, many allegedly showing him in compromising situations. But here's the twist. His legal team is fighting hard to keep these clips from going public. Rumor has it, some of the footage even name drops big industry figures like JayZ and Tyler Perry, linking them to his infamous freak-offs. In this video, we're breaking down exactly why Diddy is desperate to keep these tapes under wraps. Breaking down Diddy's legal drama and the video evidence that's got everyone talking. Man, y'all wouldn't believe the storm that's brewing in Sean Diddy Combs' legal situation right now. As of May 14th, 2025, Big Puff's high-profile trial continues to have the streets talking, with the real testimony just kicking off on May 12th. The music mogul is facing some serious heat, including charges that could have him locked up for life if the jury isn't feeling his side of the story. The trial, which the legal system is officially calling United States versus Combs, got rolling with jury selection on May 5th, 2025, and has now moved into the testimony phase in Manhattan. Diddy, who's now 55 and probably feeling every bit of it in that courtroom, has been maintaining his innocence from jump, pleading not guilty to all charges, while his legal squad is putting in that work for his defense. The criminal charges against Diddy are mad serious. 1 count of racketeering conspiracy, 2 counts of sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion, and 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution. This ain't no slap on the wrist situation. The racketeering conspiracy and sex trafficking charges each carry maximum sentences that could have him behind bars until the casket drops, while the transportation charges each come with potential 10-year bid. According to what's been going down in court and the paperwork that's been filed, the prosecutors are saying Diddy flipped his hip-hop empire into a straight-up criminal enterprise, making moves on everything from sex trafficking and forced labor to kidnapping, arson, bribery, and obstruction of justice. The centerpiece of their case revolves around what they're calling freak-offs, basically elaborate, drug-fueled sexual performances where women and male escorts allegedly participated against their will. The prosecution's got some heavy hitters backing their story, including Cassie Ventura, who used to be Diddy's main chick before she filed a civil lawsuit against him in November 2023, claiming years of abuse. Even though that lawsuit got settled on the low the same day it dropped, with Diddy not admitting he did anything wrong, Ventura has become the key witness in this criminal situation. One of the most damning pieces of evidence the prosecution is running with is a 2016 surveillance video showing Diddy putting hands on Ventura. This footage, captured at the Intercontinental Hotel in Los Angeles, has become the main battleground, with Diddy's legal team trying everything to keep it from being shown to the jury. During a recent podcast discussing the trial, someone who's been following this whole situation closely broke down why this video evidence is such a big deal and how Diddy's legal team tried to challenge it. The video in question is rough to watch. Shows Diddy grabbing Ventura by the neck, throwing her to the floor, kicking her multiple times, dragging her by her sweatshirt, and tossing objects at her. It's the kind of footage that could make a jury's mind up real quick. CNN verified the footage was legit by checking it against publicly available photos of the hotel's interior. Diddy's legal squad, led by those heavy-hitting attorneys Mark Agnifilo and Tenny Garagos, tried to say the video was distorted, claiming CNN did some editing to make it look worse by speeding it up, hiding the timestamp, and messing with the sequence. They even claimed the original footage was long gone and tried to block it from being shown in court, arguing it would prejudice the jury against Diddy and wasn't directly connected to the current charges. CNN wasn't having it though. They shot back saying they never touched the video and still had the original copy, pointing out they aired the story before Combs even got arrested. Despite all the objections from Diddy's team, on April 25th, 2025, Judge Arun Subramanian said the video was coming in as evidence, stating straight up, the defense can't show the footage is inadmissible. There's no unfair prejudice to Mr. Combs. That ruling was a major L for the defense because it means the jury gets to see what many consider to be solid evidence of Diddy's pattern of getting physical and using force, which the prosecution says is key to understanding the broader picture of how he was allegedly trafficking and controlling people. Besides that hotel surveillance video, Diddy's legal team has also been trying to control what happens with other video evidence, particularly recordings of these alleged freak-off parties. But they're playing a different game with these recordings. Instead of trying to block them completely, they're focusing on how they're presented, arguing these videos actually show unambiguously consensual sexual encounters that would prove Diddy's innocence. Another person familiar with the case dropped some knowledge about the defense team's strategy regarding these videos. Diddy's defense squad Squad has been going hard, requesting electronic copies of these videos so they can analyze them deeper, including bringing in experts to enhance the audio and video quality. They're also trying to make sure the public doesn't get to see this content, actually agreeing with the prosecutors on this point about sealing the videos to protect the privacy of the victims. The judge is still figuring out exactly how these videos will be handled in court. They're talking about whether jurors should use headphones and if the screens should be positioned so people in the gallery can't see. Judge Subramanian has already shot down media requests to show these videos publicly, agreeing with prosecutors that it would further victimize Ventura and another accuser they're just calling Jane. All this back and forth about the videos shows just how high the stakes are in this trial and how crucial video evidence is for both sides. The prosecution needs it to show Diddy's alleged pattern of abuse, while the defense is trying to spin it as evidence of consensual relationships. As the trial keeps going, you can bet there's going to be more heated debates about how this evidence gets presented. Meanwhile, the rumor mill has been churning about even more video evidence potentially involving other big names in the game, including JayZ and Tyler Perry. The real deal on the JayZ and Tyler Perry rumors, separating facts from the cap. As Diddy's trial keeps unfolding, the streets have been buzzing with rumors about supposed connections between him and other industry heavyweights, especially JayZ and Tyler Perry. These rumors, mostly fueled by social media chatter and clickbait content, suggest there might be video evidence mentioning or showing these celebrities in relation to Diddy's alleged freak-off parties or other sketchy behavior. But here's where we need to keep it a buck. When you dig into what credible sources are actually saying, there's a major disconnect between verified facts and straight-up cap. When it comes to JayZ, there's no solid evidence linking him to Diddy's current legal troubles beyond their professional history in the music industry. The most notable controversy involving JayZ that's been legitimately reported was that 2014 elevator situation with Solange Knowles, Beyonce's sister, after the Met Gala. In that wild incident that had everybody talking, video footage caught Solange going off on JayZ, throwing hands and feet, while security tried to hold her back. It's important to note that in this situation, JayZ was on the receiving end, not the one dishing it out, and this whole thing has zero connection to what Diddy's facing in court right now. More recently, in 2024, JayZ's name got dragged into a lawsuit alongside Diddy, with some serious allegations about them assaulting a 13-year-old girl back in 2000. JayZ wasn't having it though. He called the allegations idiotic and frivolous, and the lawsuit ended up getting voluntarily dismissed with prejudice in February 2025, meaning it can't be brought back. Making the situation even more suspect, a recording later surfaced where the accuser reportedly admitted her lawyer pushed her to sue JayZ, further undermining the whole story. One person discussing the case dropped some real talk about how these dismissed allegations against JayZ and others have been affecting public perception. As for Tyler Perry, the situation looks equally baseless. Despite putting in that work to research thoroughly, no credible evidence has surfaced linking Perry to Diddy's legal issues or those alleged freak-off parties. For real, reputable sources like the Washington Post and BBC News haven't mentioned Perry at all in connection with these allegations. Instead, these rumors seem to be coming straight from the social media echo chamber, platforms like YouTube and X, formerly Twitter, along with sketchy websites like abc22media.com, pushing unverified claims about Perry being shown in court, or terrified about leaked videos. None of this has any backing from legitimate journalism or legal sources. It's just internet cap. Someone in the know had this to say about the questionable credibility of some lawyers and accusers who've been making noise. What we do know for sure is that Diddy and Perry had some business conversations going. Articles from Billboard and Blavity in 2023 talked about Diddy's interest in potentially collaborating with Perry and Byron Allen to build a black-owned media empire, including possibly copying BET. These were strictly business moves, though. Nothing to do with Diddy's current legal situation. Before all his legal drama popped off, Diddy was public about wanting to work with Tyler Perry and Byron Allen to create a black-owned media powerhouse. He broke it down in a September 2023 interview with Billboard, saying, "As far as our business strategy, we're in acquisition mode to really build a black-owned media conglomerate. That's why we were looking at BET and at a couple of other businesses. BET is definitely the mecca, the originator of black media, and still is. We're not going to be able to reach our highest level of success in the media world, like a Rupert Murdoch, if we don't unify. Like me, Tyler Perry, and Byron Allen." Their plan was centered on potentially acquiring BET, which Paramount Global was reportedly considering selling in early 2023, with Diddy, Perry, and Allen all showing interest. The collaboration was presented as a way to boost black ownership and influence in the media world, reflecting a broader push for diversity and representation. However, Paramount announced in August 2023 that they were keeping BET after all, which put those plans on ice. Then Diddy's legal troubles started piling up, beginning with Ventura's lawsuit in November 2023 and getting much worse with federal charges in September 2024. All this drama shifted the focus completely away from business moves, leaving any potential collaboration with Tyler Perry in the dust. Some industry insiders have offered harsh critiques of Perry's impact on entertainment, though these have nothing to do with Diddy's legal issues. It's worth noting that these are just personal opinions rather than facts connected to the Diddy case. As for JayZ, his connection to Diddy appears to be strictly professional. They're both giants in the hip-hop world who've collaborated on music and business over the years, but there's no credible evidence connecting JayZ to the specific allegations Diddy is facing in court. The spread of rumors linking these celebrities to Diddy's case highlights a real problem in today's media landscape: how quickly unverified claims can spread, especially in high-profile cases involving famous people. Social media platforms and sketchy websites often prioritize clicks and views over accuracy, leading to the spread of baseless rumors that can damage reputations and mislead people. When you compare sources, the contrast is clear. Trustworthy news outlets like the Washington Post, BBC, and CNN haven't reported any involvement of JayZ or Tyler Perry in Diddy's legal troubles. Meanwhile, the sources pushing these connections typically feature clickbait headlines, anonymous sources, and zero verification. Research into the lawsuits connected to Diddy's legal troubles, as documented by the Washington Post, showed no mention of Tyler Perry or JayZ among the over 70 plaintiffs or defendants. A specific search for Tyler Perry-Diddy lawsuit turned up nothing legitimate, with only sensationalized videos and conspiracy theories from sites with no credibility. As this trial continues to unfold, it's crucial to separate what's real from what's fake. The serious nature of the charges against Diddy demands responsible reporting and discussion, respecting the legal process and avoiding spreading unfounded claims about other celebrities who aren't directly involved. Diddy's legal dream team, how they're trying to beat the video evidence. As Diddy's trial heats up, his legal defense squad has emerged as a force to be reckoned with in the courtroom, using some next-level strategies to challenge the prosecution's evidence, especially those controversial videos at the center of the case. The team, led by heavy-hitting attorneys Mark Agnifilo and Tenny Garagos, is bringing their A-game to defend the hip-hop mogul against these serious charges. Mark Agnifilo, who co-founded Agnifilo Intrater LLP, brings mad experience in high-profile cases to Diddy's defense. This man's credentials are stacked. He's got a bachelor's degree in philosophy and political science from Connecticut College, 1986, and a Juris Doctor from Brooklyn Law School, 1990, where he bodied the competition and received the American Jurisprudence Award for excellence in trial advocacy. Agnifilo's client list reads like a who's who of controversial figures, including Keith Raniere, the NXIVM cult leader, Roger Ng, caught up in the 1MDB scandal, Dominique Strauss-Kahn, former IMF chief, and Martin Shkreli, the pharma bro who jacked up drug prices. In Diddy's case, Agnifilo hasn't been shy about speaking up, clapping back at media reports like the claims about 1,000 bottles of baby oil seized from Diddy's crib, explaining that Diddy buys in bulk because he lives near a Costco. He's also hinted that Diddy might take the stand himself, saying, "I don't know that I could keep him off the stand." Working alongside Agnifilo is Tenny Garagos, the daughter of celebrity attorney Mark Garagos and also a founding partner at Agnifilo Intrater LLP. Garagos got her law degree from Loyola Law School at Loyola Marymount University in 2016 and was admitted to practice in 2017. She specializes in defending sexual misconduct allegations and has represented both the accused and victims in these types of cases. Garagos has been recognized as a top-rated criminal defense attorney in New York by super lawyers, earning the Rising Star designation every year from 2019 to 2025. The squad doesn't stop there. It also includes other skilled attorneys like Brian Steele, who defended rapper Young Thug in his high-profile RICO case, and Xavier Donaldson, who joined right before the trial kicked off. They've also got jury consultant Linda Moreno on deck, who helped with Elizabeth Holmes's case. One commentator noted how Steele joined the team late in the game. The defense team's approach to handling the video evidence has been particularly strategic. When it comes to that 2016 hotel surveillance video showing Diddy allegedly putting hands on Cassie Ventura, their strategy has been to challenge whether it should even be allowed in court and question if it's authentic. This shows a key part of the defense strategy, flipping the script on the video evidence, by suggesting the altercation wasn't about a freak-off situation, but instead a personal beef possibly related to jealousy. The defense is trying to disconnect the surveillance video from the broader sex trafficking allegations. Aren't wearing a thing. You guys were consensually engaging sexual acts, but that's not even what happened here. Diddy's team pointed out the fact that when he comes back out, after he throws a vase and he walks away, He has a lit-up phone in his hand. He grabs the phone out of her hand. They were arguing over allegedly something that she saw in the phone, that this is just a very tumultuous, like jealous relationship, right? For the freak off videos, the defense is playing a different game. Instead of trying to block these videos completely, they've reviewed them and are arguing they show consensual activities with no evidence of violence, coercion, or trafficking. This move aims to counter the prosecution's narrative that Diddy forced women into these situations. A courtroom observer broke down how the defense handled witness testimony related to these videos. This approach shows how the defense is trying to poke holes in witness credibility by highlighting inconsistencies and omissions in their testimonies and reports. By asking why certain details weren't included in official reports when the incidents happened, the defense is trying to cast doubt on whether these witnesses' memories from years ago can be trusted now. The defense's overall strategy has several key components. Pushing the consensual angle. The cornerstone of Diddy's defense is claiming all sexual encounters were 100% consensual. His legal team has described the accusers as former long-term girlfriends or people who willingly participated in a swinger lifestyle. In April 2025, the defense team dropped a statement describing the accusers as individuals in consensual relationships, emphasizing that the encounters were part of a private sex life defined by consent, not coercion. Coming for the prosecution's evidence. Beyond questioning the 2016 surveillance video's authenticity, the defense has been scrutinizing the legal basis for the prosecution's entire case. One observer noted, playing the race card. A controversial part of the defense strategy is suggesting Diddy is being targeted because he's a successful black man. On February 18, 2025, his attorneys filed a motion to dismiss the transportation to engage in prostitution charge under the Mann Act, arguing the law has racist origins and that no white person has ever been the target of a remotely similar prosecution. The mental health defense. The defense has also brought up Diddy's state of mind when the alleged acts went down. Diddy's legal team has consistently denied all allegations, both in the criminal trial and the numerous civil lawsuits. They've called these lawsuits money grabs, baseless, or sickening, claiming the accusers are just trying to cash in rather than seeking justice for legitimate grievances. Cassie Ventura's testimony has been a major focus for both sides. On May 13, 2025, Ventura took the stand as a key witness, describing her decade-long relationship with Diddy as one dominated by control, physical abuse, and exploitation. She detailed the freak-offs as drug-fueled, multi-day sexual encounters with male escorts, all orchestrated and directed by Diddy, and said they left her feeling worthless, humiliated, and like an object. The defense's cross-examination of Ventura, scheduled for May 14, 2025, is expected to go hard at her credibility and suggests she might have financial motives for testifying. This approach aligns with their broader strategy of portraying the accusers as willing participants looking for a payday rather than victims of coercion and exploitation. As the trial continues, the defense team is facing some real challenges, including Diddy being held without bail, with 3 bail requests denied because of concerns he might tamper with witnesses or use his influence improperly, the sheer volume of allegations, with 63 civil lawsuits and counting as of April 2025, the intense public scrutiny and media attention due to Diddy's celebrity status. Despite these obstacles, the defense team's coordinated approach, especially in reframing the narrative around the video evidence and questioning witness credibility, shows they're committed to fighting the prosecution's case on multiple fronts. The outcome of this high-profile trial will likely come down to how effectively each side presents and interprets the video evidence, particularly the 2016 surveillance footage and those controversial freak-off recordings. As the case continues, the legal battle over these videos will remain at the center of both the prosecution's case and Diddy's defense strategy. Throughout this whole legal saga, it's crucial to separate facts from fiction, especially regarding rumors about other celebrities like JayZ and Tyler Perry supposedly being involved. While the speculation might continue on social media, what really matters is the evidence actually presented in court and the legal arguments being made by both sides in this major case. That brings us to the end of this video. For more interesting videos like this, click on the cards on your screen. The glitz and glamour of Hollywood often hide the darkest of secrets, but every now and then, the truth begins to unravel. And when it does, it shakes the very core of Tinseltown. Right now, all eyes are on one man, Sean "Diddy" Combs. After years of flying high in both music and entertainment, a wave of unsettling allegations has come crashing down. Just a while ago, Hollywood's power players sent a chilling warning to Diddy, signaling that the once untouchable mogul might be facing his biggest challenge yet. In this video, we'll unpack the latest developments around Diddy's case, the eerie silence from Hollywood's elite, and the shocking claims that comedian Rosie O'Donnell has just brought to the forefront, accusing Diddy of unthinkable acts. Sit tight, because what we're about to reveal may change everything you thought you knew about one of the most iconic figures in pop culture. Hollywood's warning. The arrest of Sean Diddy Combs feels like a seismic shock in Hollywood, a world that has long been criticized for enabling its stars to live in a bubble of impunity. As a kingpin in the entertainment industry, Diddy's fall from grace exposes the long whispered secrets that many in Hollywood have tried to bury. But this arrest was not just a legal moment. It sparked a wave of reaction, each louder than the next, from the most unexpected corners of the industry. It almost feels like Hollywood has been waiting for this moment, a collective reckoning where those who've lived in fear or frustration are finally saying, it's about time. If anyone thinks this is just about Diddy, think again. Hollywood's message is clear. No one is untouchable. Take 50 Cent, for example. If there's one thing we know about him, it's that he loves a good feud, and his long-standing rivalry with Diddy gave him plenty of ammunition. The moment Diddy's arrest hit the news, 50 was all over social media, cracking jokes and sprinkling in just the right amount of sarcasm. He even took shots at the bizarre details that emerged, like the alleged discovery of 1,000 bottles of baby oil in Diddy's home. In this tweet, he mentioned, "Here I am keeping good company with at the Drew Barrymore show, and I don't have 1,000 bottles of lube at the house." Typical 50, right? But behind the humor, his message was serious. In his usual "I told you so" style, 50's reaction underscored what many others feel, that this arrest was a reckoning Diddy had coming for years. It's the kind of mocking that says, this guy's been playing the game too long and now it's caught up with him. 50 Cent, in his way, echoed a sentiment that Hollywood has been hinting at. No matter how powerful, sooner or later, there's a reckoning. But not everyone took the comedic route. Charlamagne Tha God, one of the most respected voices in radio, went straight for the jugular. On The Breakfast Club, Charlamagne didn't mince words. He warned that Diddy's arrest could be the tip of the iceberg, suggesting that others who participated in Diddy's notorious freak-off parties could find themselves under legal scrutiny. Charlamagne's tone was grim. It's almost as if he was delivering a public service announcement. He had racketeering and sex trafficking. If he gets racketeering and sex trafficking for freak-offs, it will be others involved. Like if you ever ran a train with Diddy, you're probably going to jail. If you ever been butt naked anywhere with Diddy, or half butt naked with Diddy, and there was some women around or some men around that he told you were part of the party, you're probably going to jail. His message resonated with the notion that this isn't just a single scandal, it's a potential domino effect. Imagine the sweat breaking out on the brows of others who've lived similarly excessive lives. Could Diddy's arrest mark the beginning of Hollywood's reckoning? Charlamagne seems to think so. Then there's Jemele Hill, a journalist unafraid to speak truth to power. Hill's reaction cut to the heart of the issue, reminding everyone that beneath the glitz and glamour, real victims exist, particularly black women. Hill's plea was for justice for the women who may have suffered in silence due to Diddy's alleged actions. Her words hit a nerve in an industry that often values star power over human dignity. I know everybody's going to get these jokes off about Diddy, and by extension R. Kelly, but think of the numerous black women whose lives were ruined by these horrendous people, Hill wrote on X, formerly Twitter. She further stated, "The narrative is not, another black man got taken down, because this ain't got shit to do with black men as a whole. The narrative is, thank God these women are finally getting the justice they deserve." Her reaction elevates the conversation beyond just celebrity gossip. It's a sobering reminder that there are deeper societal issues at play. But in typical Hollywood fashion, not all reactions were straightforward. Foxy Brown's cryptic social media post added an air of mystery to the situation. If you read between the lines, you might think Foxy was hinting at more bombshells to come. Is there more dirt on Diddy or others that we haven't even begun to unearth? Foxy's post set tongues wagging, and now everyone is wondering what new skeletons could tumble out of Hollywood's closet. Brown's cryptic tone was almost like an omen. Brown took to her Instagram story to write, "About to really get crazy. This is just the beginning." If there's one thing we know about Hollywood scandals, it's that they tend to snowball. Could we be on the brink of more jaw-dropping revelations? Serena Williams, always the voice of reason and justice, took a more measured approach. Serena didn't offer up cryptic warnings or humorous jabs. Instead, she emphasized her hope for a fair outcome in the courtroom. With her status as an international icon and a champion for justice, her words carried weight. "And now I hope justice is finally served," Serena replied to a new post that covered Diddy's arrest. Her reaction reminded us that fame doesn't put anyone above the law. At a time when celebrities often seem immune to consequences, Serena's grounded perspective was refreshing. She wasn't reveling in the downfall of a star. She was reminding us that the law applies to all, even those perched on Hollywood's highest pedestals. Aubrey O'Day, meanwhile, was having a bit of a mic drop moment. Having long spoken out about her troubling experiences with Diddy, O'Day felt a sense of vindication. Her emotional reaction was palpable, almost like a sigh of relief, as if she had been waiting for years for someone to finally listen. The purpose of justice is to provide an ending and allow us the space to create a new chapter. Women never get this. I feel validated. Today is a win for women all over the world, not just me, she wrote. For Aubrey, this wasn't just a news story. It was personal. I never thought I would see this day. We all buried this inside of us in order to be able to keep going, she said. And not just me, but victims you don't even know yet. We are all processing what that type of vindication can actually feel like now. Every conversation I've had with victims last night has been beyond moving on all levels. In a world where so many people in Hollywood suffer in silence, O'Day's validation might give others the courage to come forward with their stories. But in true Hollywood fashion, there's always someone willing to swim against the current. Enter Boosie Badass, who didn't see what all the fuss was about. Downplaying the severity of Diddy's actions, Boosie sparked a fiery debate by claiming on this tweet that what Diddy did wasn't all that different from what other entertainers have done. His controversial take made some fans nod in agreement while others furiously scrolled past. Boosie's reaction reflects a certain segment of Hollywood that still clings to its old ways, unwilling to accept that change is on the horizon. And what a horizon it is. The reactions to Diddy's arrest have set Hollywood abuzz with speculation, gossip, and a fair share of schadenfreude. But this moment is bigger than just one celebrity facing charges. It's a warning shot to the entire entertainment industry. If Diddy, a titan of music and entertainment, can be brought down, who's next? Hollywood, it seems, is cleaning house. The days of stars living unchecked lives are over, or at least they should be. And now, away from the furious yet stern reactions from Hollywood big shots, what other recent developments have come around Diddy's case? Let's find out. Recent developments. P. Diddy's legal saga has become the talk of the entertainment industry, with every new revelation adding more complexity to an already convoluted defense strategy. Imagine being at the center of it. New lawsuits, shocking allegations, and a growing number of accusations that seem to pile on relentlessly. That's the world Diddy, or Sean Combs, finds himself in, and his legal team must feel like they're playing a never-ending game of legal whack-a-mole. Each time they manage to knock one allegation down, another pops up with even more sensational claims. At the heart of the controversy is the explosive documentary, The Downfall of Diddy, which recently premiered on Tubi and is damaging Diddy's reputation more than any tabloid could. This isn't your typical documentary. It was produced by none other than TMZ. Yes, the same outlet famous for breaking celebrity scandals. The film features rare testimonies and alleged first-hand accounts from individuals who were once close to Diddy, including former associates like Aubrey O'Day, Stevie J, and Mark Curry. Even Suge Knight, a figure synonymous with the darker side of the rap industry, makes an appearance, adding fuel to the already blazing fire. It's like everyone is coming out of the woodwork to either take a jab or air out their grievances. The documentary kicks off by tracing Diddy's troubles back to November 2023, when his former romantic partner and protege Cassie filed a chilling lawsuit. This lawsuit, laced with allegations of sexual assault and coercion, served as the catalyst for a domino effect of accusations. It's almost as if, once Cassie's story broke, others felt emboldened to share their own, and the floodgates opened wide. For Diddy's legal team, this creates a near impossible situation. How do you build a defense when every week brings a new accuser, a new angle, and fresh details that make your previous strategy obsolete? The most jaw-dropping moment in the downfall of Diddy is perhaps the testimony of Suge Knight himself. Suge Knight, the man who is widely seen as Diddy's rival in the often violent feud between East Coast and West Coast rap labels in the 1990s. Yet here, Suge does something totally unexpected. He shows empathy. My first reaction is not the reaction I thought I would have when it came to Puffy. You know what I mean? I thought it'd be a reaction like he got what he got coming because everybody knows what's been going on. My reaction was actually different because I felt like, damn, the first thing that came to mind was Diddy's children. And the thing is, I feel it's a bad day for hip-hop, a bad day for the culture. It makes us all look bad, said Knight. Yes, Suge showed empathy for Diddy. Knight speaks about the impact the allegations are having on Diddy's children and the broader hip-hop community. His call for honesty and reconciliation feels almost surreal, especially given his own notorious history. It's as if, for once, Suge is the voice of reason in a case that gets messier by the day. Who saw that coming? But of course, nothing is ever as it seems in Hollywood, and the credibility of some of Diddy's accusers has already come under scrutiny. Take Rodney Lil Rod Jones, for instance. His attorney, Tyrone Blackburn, is reportedly under review by a federal disciplinary committee for allegedly using sensationalized accusations to pressure defendants into quick settlements. Blackburn's questionable tactics have cast doubt on the validity of Jones's claims, leaving many wondering, is this a genuine pursuit of justice, or are we watching an elaborate extortion attempt unfold before our eyes? And then there's Aubrey O'Day, the former Danity Kane singer who Diddy once managed. Her allegations? They go beyond mistreatment and dive into an almost dystopian narrative of grooming and intimidation. O'Day has stated that the emotional abuse she suffered altered the course of her life, claims that are difficult to ignore, especially given the power dynamics at play. The mistreatment is enough to change the course and the direction of my entire life, She further said, "The mistreatment was enough for me to have to spend a good amount of time in the hands of professionals to learn what grooming is and unlearn the grooming. The treatment was so bad in some regards that I'm not ready to speak about it yet, but I will." Diddy, after all, was not just her manager, but one of the most powerful figures in the music industry at the time. How could she have stood up to him? Would anyone have listened if she had? While the allegations against Diddy are mounting, Hollywood's biggest stars are noticeably silent. Figures like Mary J. Blige, Snoop Dogg, and Justin Bieber, all of whom have been seen at Diddy's parties and events, have remained tight-lipped. This silence, too, speaks volumes. Could it be that they're waiting for more information before jumping into the fray? Or are they worried about becoming collateral damage in what feels like a sinking ship of a scandal? The stakes are high, and no one wants to be the first to throw a stone in a glass house. Still, amid all the chaos, some have chosen to remain loyal. One anonymous former employee was set to participate in the documentary, but backed out at the last minute, allegedly out of fear. According to the source, working for Diddy comes with a lot of baggage, enemies who wouldn't hesitate to retaliate. "I'm worried Diddy has many enemies. I'm afraid that if I give my thoughts on what I experienced, I may be ruled a target. I'm still on his side. As far as my experience, his enemies may come after me. East Coast versus West Coast still exists," the anonymous source wrote to TMZ producers. What does this say about the pressure and danger surrounding this case? If former employees are scared to speak, what kind of secrets are still hidden behind Diddy's empire? Mark Curry, another key figure in the documentary, took his allegations to the next level, claiming that Diddy physically abused him. But this isn't just hearsay. Curry's claims appear to be backed by some serious evidence. Federal authorities reportedly confiscated over 250 cameras from Diddy's home, and the footage they contained could be a game changer. If they have 250 cameras from his home, they have a whole bunch of images or footage of things that were going on in his house, Curry said. One can't help but wonder what is on those tapes. Is this the smoking gun that could finally bring Diddy down? Or will it, like so many other celebrity scandals, end up being swept under the rug? As the drama continues to unfold, one thing is certain. This case is far from over. Diddy's once glittering empire is under siege, and the world watches with bated breath. Will Diddy's legal team be able to navigate the storm, or are we witnessing the slow and steady collapse of a hip-hop titan? One can only sit back and wonder what twist will come next. Meanwhile, why are Diddy's friends cold and silent? Are they bigger suspects themselves, or what is the play here? Funnily, they are some of Hollywood's big shots, and now, surprisingly, they are quiet, and so rightfully asking, why are they silent? Hollywood big shots, silent on Diddy. Sean Diddy Combs, once the king of lavish parties filled with musicians, models, actors, and even royals, now finds himself locked up in New York's infamous Metropolitan Detention Center. He awaits a trial that could rock the foundation of Hollywood's elite. Despite this seismic shift, something peculiar is happening. Diddy's high-profile friends, JayZ, Jennifer Lopez, Usher, Naomi Campbell, and Justin Bieber, have remained eerily silent. Why aren't they speaking up for their friend, a man whose life seemed like one endless red carpet? In a society where celebrities are quick to take to Twitter and Instagram to air their thoughts on the latest scandal or trend, their silence is baffling. Is it fear, guilt, or is this just a strategic Hollywood move to protect their precious brands? Whatever the reason, their reticence speaks volumes. But before we arrive at the possible reasons as to why they are silent, let's rewind and understand a few dynamics around Hollywood. First and foremost, let's talk about what drives Hollywood. Reputation is the currency of the entertainment world, and nobody wants theirs to take a hit. In an industry where scandal can make or break a career, even a whisper of association with someone facing serious accusations like sex trafficking could be catastrophic. Eric Schiffer, CEO of Reputation Management Consultants, sums it up perfectly. He said, "Celebrities are silent because they are scared to death of their brands, bleeding out with fans over ties with Diddy, and worse, they fear if they cross him, things could end in disaster. Right now, it's all about self-preservation. Would you risk years of carefully building a public image for a single tweet defending a friend who might be guilty of heinous crimes?" Diddy's friends aren't just protecting their reputations, they're also avoiding retribution. Yes, Diddy might be in legal trouble, but he's still a powerhouse in the entertainment industry. His influence reaches far beyond music. He's built an empire across fashion, media, and business. Crossing him, even while he's in jail, could be career suicide. And with rumors swirling about freak-off videos being passed around the dark web, his friends might be afraid of being dragged into the scandal themselves. Could speaking up put a target on their backs? On a more personal level, this silence may be rooted in loyalty. Hollywood is notorious for being a tight-knit community where professional and personal lines blur. For people like JayZ and Usher, Diddy isn't just an industry peer, he's a friend. Turning their backs on him now could be seen as a betrayal, a move they may not be willing to make. This loyalty, however, is a double-edged sword. What happens when your friend is accused of something so dark and damning? Do you stand by them? Or is there a moral line that even Hollywood won't cross? Speaking of morality, not everyone is willing to let the silence slide. Megyn Kelly, for example, has been vocal about the need for Diddy's circle to speak out. In her podcast, she didn't mince words when she called out Justin Bieber, once Diddy's protege, for staying quiet. Bieber isn't implicated in any wrongdoing, but Kelly argues that if Bieber was ever a victim or knew about Diddy's alleged misconduct, he has a responsibility to say something. Justin Bieber, they're not alleging his name in any of this, but Justin was very young when he came into Diddy's circle, she said. She further mentioned, there's no question he had a lot of exposure to this guy, and I think he should say something. It's a statement that hovers in the air like the unspoken tension at a Hollywood after-party. This silence is more than just a PR strategy. It says a lot about the cultural norms of Hollywood. In this world of glittering lights and relentless cameras, protecting one's image often trumps moral accountability. The decision to remain silent is less about the truth and more about survival. The scandal might blow over, but a tarnished reputation, that can haunt a celebrity forever. This raises bigger questions about the entertainment industry as a whole. How many other scandals have been swept under the rug to protect powerful figures like Diddy? What does it say about celebrity friendships when the stakes get high? But the pressure on Diddy's inner circle isn't going away anytime soon. As the trial looms closer and with every damning headline that gets published, the world is watching. Sooner or later, these celebrities will be forced to make a choice. Will they continue to stay silent, or will they finally speak out? If they do, will their words be those of condemnation or support? And if we're being honest, how genuine would those words even be? Would they be trying to distance themselves from Diddy, or are they merely playing damage control to save their own skins? Hollywood thrives on spectacle, and this trial will likely be no different. It's not just Diddy's fate on the line. The reputations of everyone who ever partied with him are also at risk. Let's not forget, Hollywood has a long history of forgiving its fallen stars. Just look at figures like Roman Polanski or even Harvey Weinstein who, despite their misdeeds, still have supporters. Could Diddy's friends be banking on the public eventually forgetting the details of this case, allowing them to quietly resume their friendship after the dust settles? The entertainment industry has short memories when it comes to the sins of its beloved stars, especially if they've made enough money for the right people. It's obvious Diddy's friends have decided to keep shush, and that may not change anytime soon. However, there's yet another layer to Diddy's case. Seriously, when will these claims ever end? A former neighbor of Diddy has fresh claims, and shockingly, these claims might be damning for Diddy's legal team. Rosie O'Donnell's fresh claims. Rosie O'Donnell's explosive revelations about her former neighbor, Sean Diddy Combs, have rocked the entertainment world, adding fresh layers to an already scandalous case. In a candid and near 10-minute TikTok video, Rosie didn't just spill the tea, she emptied the whole kettle, revealing personal anecdotes and strong opinions that could spell trouble for the hip-hop mogul. Diddy, now embroiled in a legal nightmare involving charges of sex trafficking, racketeering, and kidnapping, could see his situation worsen in the court of public opinion and possibly in a real courtroom, all thanks to Rosie's fresh claims. The story begins on a peculiar but strangely relatable note. Sweatpants. Yes, sweatpants. Rosie recounted a New Year's Eve party where she and her family were personally invited by Diddy, only to be turned away at the door because of their casual attire. This moment, while seemingly trivial, has a certain irony that foreshadowed the more sinister revelations to come. Fast forward to the present day, and Diddy's glamorous facade has crumbled. With the rapper now facing charges of sex trafficking, racketeering, and kidnapping, Rosie, like many others, expressed her shock. Or do you just get to be so big like Harvey Weinstein did that he thought, well, I control Hollywood, I control the Oscars, I can sleep with any actress I want, whether they want to or not, she quipped. Yes, that Harvey Weinstein, convicted sex offender and the poster boy for Hollywood's #Me Too movement. Rosie didn't mince words when comparing the two, calling into question how someone like Diddy, who lives such a public life, could be involved in such monstrous activities behind closed doors. You think he could also be a rapist? What is he, Clark Kent? He gets in a cap and he is someone different? O'Donnell said. Give me a break. Too many people know him. Too many people would be involved. Too many people would have to participate in that in order for it to be true. Her comparison to Weinstein wasn't just to score a headline, but a chilling reminder that power and celebrity can conceal the darkest of deeds. But Rosie didn't stop there. She questioned Diddy's self-awareness in a way that only a comedian could. How can you not consider yourself a rapist if you're doing or participating in or filming or watching the rape? She asked bluntly. I don't understand it. I really don't. It's very disturbing. And then you start to think, how many people really knew that? Rosie was tapping into a larger conversation, one about how fame and wealth can shield people from taking responsibility for their actions. How many people, she wondered, had known about Diddy's alleged behavior and said nothing, just like those who had remained silent about Weinstein for years. Diddy's legal troubles took a major turn on September 16th. when he was arrested in New York City, becoming a criminal defendant in a federal case. The charges against him are no small matter: racketeering conspiracy, sex, trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion, and transporting individuals for prostitution. These accusations carry a minimum sentence of 15 years, with life imprisonment on the table. It's not the kind of scandal that a PR team can sweep under the rug. Now, here's where Rosie's claims could make things even worse for Diddy. In an already highly publicized case, Rosie's words add fuel to the fire. Her name carries weight, and her TikTok revelations have thrust her right into the spotlight, likely drawing more attention to the allegations against Diddy. Can you imagine the jury pool after Rosie's video goes viral? She's already swayed public opinion, making it that much harder for Diddy to escape the shadows of these accusations. And let's not forget the bizarre details that have emerged from the raids on Diddy's homes in Beverly Hills and Miami. Along with narcotics, police discovered over 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lubricant. Yes, you read that right. Sex trafficking? That's serious, man. And then they found 1,000 bottles of baby oil. I'm going to be thinking about that the rest of my life, Rosie joked. But there's an unnerving undercurrent to this strange find. It feeds the darker rumors about what really went on behind Diddy's closed doors, rumors that are no longer just tabloid fodder but part of a criminal investigation. Adding insult to injury, Diddy's legal team has been fighting tooth and nail to improve his detention conditions. His lawyers described the conditions at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn as horrific and not fit for pretrial detention. You almost want to feel a sliver of sympathy, right? But then you remember the charges, the potential victims, and those 1,000 bottles of lube, and suddenly that sympathy vanishes into thin air. Still, Diddy's repeated bail requests have been denied, which speaks volumes about the severity of the charges. The judge isn't budging, and neither is the media frenzy surrounding the case. Rosie's revelations aren't just gossip. They've become part of a larger cultural reckoning about power, privilege, and accountability in the entertainment industry. This isn't just about Diddy anymore. It's about the systems that allow individuals to get away with anything as long as they have enough fame and money to cover it up. Rosie O'Donnell has done more than just raise eyebrows. She's potentially shaped the narrative of this case. Her neighborly experiences with Diddy may have started with sweatpants, but they've ended with a scandal that's threatening to bury the rapper under a mountain of legal troubles. The world will be watching as this saga unfolds, and one thing's for sure: Rosie's voice won't be drowned out. She's making sure of that. Thank you for watching this video. If you'd like to watch another fascinating video like this, click on one of the boxes on your screen right now.